I love improv so much. It's like, for me, what I get out of it is I have full permission to be a little kid playing pretensies in a great big make-believe game, and anything I say instantly becomes reality. So that's a really freeing thing. And the best part is, instead of having to get my parents and force them to sit and watch me play these make-believe games, people actually come and purchase tickets and volunteer themselves to sit in seats and allow me to run through my imaginary world of characters and magic and, you know, whatever comes to mind at any given moment. And to get to that place of imagination, all I have to do is like release the hinge that keeps everything in place most of the time, loosely in place. So, I sound like a crazy person. To be able to actually allow yourself to have honest reactions at any given moment and be rewarded with laughter for that is a really special thing too. If you do that in your daily life, you find your friends don't want to hang out with you anymore, you lose your job, nobody thinks you're stable. But on stage, it's all very permissible because you're creating this imaginary space where literally anything can happen. And it's by listening and having those natural reactions that you get to a story or the small story arc that exists in a scene. And so it's this really neat dynamic that doesn't exist anywhere else in the same way. I mean, but so I've been studying improv since I was 12, and I started teaching improv out of high school for my senior thesis in high school, which was a requirement to graduate from public school in Oregon. I did a whole paper on using improv as an educational tool, and I produced a largely improv-based show, though there was some written sketch in it. It was called Random Things. So I've been doing this a very long time. Yeah. What makes me different as a teacher is I'm bringing a lot of experience from a lot of different periods of my life to the table. So it's not just the Merlin Works curriculum, which is really great curriculum, but it's also, I've been doing this since I was a kid. So I have that child's perspective, and then I did it throughout college, and I have that perspective, and I improvised overseas, and I had that perspective. So to bring all of that into the classroom is a pretty special thing. And also I like to laugh a lot. If you're in my class, you're going to hear this voice a lot. I've always fostered an environment where my students are hopefully inspired to do their best work, are hopefully excited to try new things that are different for them, because I want my students, more than anything else, to know that they are already successful. A lot of times people have this tendency to do something and then immediately tell themselves they've done it wrong before I've even had a chance to process what just happened. And so what I like to get to is a place by the end of a course, or by the end of a day ideally, where those same personality types are able to say, I just made that up and it was cool. Still, everything is my favorite. And I mean that. Oh, there's so many. I love improv. If you've taken a class with me, you know that I say everything is my favorite. Because literally everything is. Yes, if you've been in my classroom, you have heard me say, you guys, this is going to be awesome because this is my favorite thing that we teach here. Early into the Merlin Works curriculum, we spend a day on expert games and gibberish, and these two things, in my opinion, are the moments where a lot of students have big breakthroughs in doing improv, because you find out that by acting like an expert, people believe that you're an expert, and it works that way for pretty much everything when it comes to improv. If you say it with commitment, and we say this all the time, if you really commit, the audience buys it. So playing specifically expert games helps people reach that breakthrough place. So that's my favorite. What makes classes at Merlin Works so great is that we are building things together. The goal, in my mind, the goal for Merlin Works is to be able to walk into an improv situation with, that sounds serious, an improv situation. You need to be prepared to walk into an improv situation. To be able to walk into an improv situation with anybody and have everything that you need to be able to build a story, build an environment, build a character, but to be able to build it with your scene partner, to be able to listen and respond in such a way that's so open and so present and so excited to be playful that you can create these wonderful, wonderful things with people. And I feel like at Merlin Works we do a really great job of not only giving folks those skills, because I think probably everybody gives folks skills that allows them to accomplish something along those lines, but at Merlin Works we're really working hard to create supportive, nurturing improvisers, if that makes sense. The kind of people that other people look forward to playing with. We put out improvisers who are great people, fabulous to play with, and who can tell these stories, both long and short. I'm busted.